Howdy!
Hello. How's it going, Brian?
It's going. Today on Desktop, we are trying something new. We are delving into the world of Fakemon and designing our own Pokemon games.
Yep. Let's see which regions we picked out, am I right? I know your region because you stole my original idea.
It's serendipity. We both had the same idea. I sent it to you before you told me you had this idea.
You don't know that.
I do because you never told me. So we both kind of came up with ideas for the next Pokemon region. I thought it would be cool. As you can see, I am in Australia, as you clearly can tell.
Obviously. Do you not see the toilet swirling the opposite way?
Yeah, we're in December right now, so clearly this is no. So I chose Australia. I think it's a really cool place. I think just looking at it as a it being like a little baby continent, I feel like it works.
Continent full of babies.
It works really well just based on like looking at other Pokemon generations. I mean, we have the Kanto region, which is based on part of Japan. They kind of broke Japan up into different regions for some of the games, but we have Kanto, we have Johto, which is also another region of Japan, I believe. We've got Hoenn, which is that another region of Japan?
I believe so.
We have after that, what is Diamond and Pearl's region called?
Diamond and Pearl. That wasn't New York, was it? I think it was.
No, that's Black and White. Sinnoh. Sinnoh is based on. Let me look at.
I think it was a U.S. I think that was a U.S. one.
Is Sinnoh? No, because Black and White. I have a feeling Black and White was in New York. The first four regions are based on smaller regions of Japan. Okay, so then Unova, which is Gen 5, is based on New York, New Jersey. Then we go to Kalos, which was based off of France, which is pretty cool. That was one of my favorite generations. We have Alola, which is based on the islands of Hawaii. And we have Galar, which is based on the United Kingdom, which is pretty cool. So thinking of like, okay, what has been untouched? I mean, we obviously have like the entire continent of Africa. We have, you and I had talked a little bit before this, but the reason I didn't choose like, say, somewhere like Egypt and actually Mexico as well, those two are places that I have definitely seen other artists do renditions of Pokemon regions. So I wanted to have like as fresh of a brain as I possibly could. And Australia was one that I don't think I've seen anyone. I'm sure people have done it. I don't think it's a totally unique idea, but I haven't personally seen anything. So that's why it appealed to me.
I also think that Australia really lends itself to a lot of really interesting Pokemon concepts in itself, because there are thousands of killer creatures there.
Yeah.
Anything that's not human that's there wants to kill you. So
for sure. A side note, actually, I think it's interesting. When I looked up, because I was looking up different animals as I was coming up with the idea. So Australia is like one of the worst. Like they're one of the worst at preserving biodiversity in the world, which is like, oh, that's really sad.
Oh, okay. There's your Pokemon story.
There's a lot of
story of this region.
I have a game name idea for that, but yeah. So what's your place? I'm curious to know.
Pokemon conserve and protect. So I chose Rome, and on a broader scale, Italy.
Okay.
I think that there are a lot of cool locations there. Like we can do the Roman Colosseum, then Italy in itself with the canals of Venice and stuff. A lot of the Renaissance painters were there. So there's like the idea of like museums and stuff that you can go to. I thought the Vatican would be a fun concept to play with some sort of Elite Four posing as the Vatican.
Yeah, that's
the
a cool
Roman
idea.
gods.
Yeah.
The Roman gods would be like you could use those
to
for gym leader.
Is that your?
themes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's your gym leader idea.
But then also the legendary city of Atlantis is said to have been near Rome. So I thought that would be the story would revolve around you finding Atlantis, which
that's cool. Yeah,
is said to house an ancient legendary Pokemon. But yeah, I thought Australia was my original idea, and then once that was taken from me, I was like, okay, let me think of some other stuff. And
you said you had a backup.
And so my backup was going to be Atlantis. And then I was like,
I thought about
it.
I thought about Atlantis, and then I was like, it's just like one city though. Like, and how would you do the whole game underwater? I was like, would it have to be like Atlantis before it sank? Like, my brain was like, no, I want to do Australia.
I was thinking Atlantis, like they'd be in like these huge domes underwater, similar like Sandy's house from SpongeBob. So there would be trees and forests and stuff, and like if you like look up, you'd see that you're in like a big dome underwater.
BioShock.
Yeah, but then I was like, well, let's scale things back because Atlantis is kind of a legendary place, so maybe the Pokemon's there. And then I was like, bam, Rome, the Roman gods, and then the painters, and like you can go to the Colosseum, and so
that's a really cool idea. Mine, like, so Australia, I was like, I immediately was like, okay, I want to do some sort of like, obviously we have like the new open wild areas of Pokemon, but I want to bring back somehow like the Safari Zone. I think would be really cool to do some sort of rendition of that. And then also I think it would be cool to do like, not a tie-in, I don't know what the right word is, but like have some Pokemon Rangers in this game as well. So like, I don't know if you've ever played the Pokemon Ranger games. Have you?
I have not.
So like they don't actually catch Pokemon. They just kind of like tame them for a bit to like do a task, and they like let them go. And it's like it's a very cool idea, but they've never really done anything with it in like the mainline games. So I'm not sure how I'm going to incorporate that, but I will definitely be incorporating some sort of like Pokemon Ranger type theme. But yeah, I was definitely thinking of like a concept story wise could be some sort of like, I think that the evil isn't the right word. The antagonist team, like I think they will be very zealous to protect the Pokemon to like a point where they are, seen as evil,
endangering humans.
Right. And so I think that's a good angle. Probably what I'll do. I'll have to do more research. We both just came up with these ideas earlier today. I'll have to do some more research and dive into it later when we get into another episode where we talk more about like story. But yeah, I'm really impressed by yours. I think that's a really cool concept. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think just Roman mythology opens itself up. I think that it's almost cheating.
No, I don't think so.
Also, I think
I like the idea.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what because every time they have a Pokemon region based off of a new place, we get a bunch of Pokemon based off of like urban myths and legends from that real life area. And I am not familiar with any folklore or legends that come from Australia. So that'll be interesting. Like once you start diving in to see what things they have over there.
Yeah, I honestly like I tried to think of like as you were talking about Atlantis, I was like, where would my legendary Pokemon be from? And I was like, I don't really know. I mean, I know there's a lot of desert like in the middle that's kind of uninhabited. I know that like people in Australia tend to live along the coast for the most part. That's where the majority of their populations are, which is, most places. But Australia is like, if you look at it, like it's very large. So like the population's right on the edges. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to look at a lot of landmarks in my research and figure that out. Because I want something that's like not obviously like a 1-for-1 with yours, but I want to have something that's like similar in structure, I guess.
Sure.
So we'll see how that goes.
I also, like, as far as landmarks in Australia, I can really like the Great Barrier Reef is something like there's probably some cool concepts there, and then the what is it? The music hall,
The
like
Sydney Opera House.
yeah, that's
I
like
was
you could
thinking
probably
that
have like a
would.
legendary Pokemon based off of that, like the
I was
scaly.
thinking like that would be where my like Elite Four would be, like the Sydney Opera House. But yeah, definitely Great Barrier Reef. That's a great one. I think that may be part
It
of
is
my
great.
story. Yeah, it's exceptionally great.
It's
But yeah,
exceptional.
where is Easter Island? Is that like way far away from Australia? I don't know where
I'm
that
not sure,
is.
but you can always move it over,
Just uh,
copy and paste the parts of the world you like and into one area. This is my Pokemon region.
was Easter Island featured in? Oh, it's closer to Hawaii. I wonder if it was in Alola. There might have been some Easter Island stuff in Alola. I don't remember.
I skipped Sun and Moon. I played it for a couple of hours, but I couldn't get into it. I didn't like the what are they called? The more powerful Pokemon that you find in those dens.
The Ultra Beasts.
No, not the Ultra Beasts, the other ones. It's like generic Pokemon, but they're like larger. You go into these small dens. It's like these challenges you have to do instead of gym leaders.
Oh, I love those.
I don't like facing off against special variations of
Mm,
Pokemon that you cannot catch.
mm,
And you can't catch this like Bidoof that's bigger than all the other ones and it's like the
mm.
special one. It's like, "Oh, I can't catch it." That kind of
I liked that because it was like, that's what Gen is that 7, and like at that point, it's like they've done so much like with gyms and I know it's like not everyone liked that, but I was like, oh, it's nice to see them
Oh
trying
yeah, no, I'm
a
a fan
different
of them doing.
direction.
Yeah, I like them
Yeah.
doing different stuff. I just don't like fighting Pokemon I can't have. Like I can't look at
Okay.
that special thing and be like, "Oh, I can't have it, so
It's
I want
purely
it all."
selfish reasons.
Yeah, it's not
uh,
it's fun to like face off against a Pokemon several times and then like eventually catch one of your own and you're like, "Ah, I remember losing to this guy a whole bunch, but now I own them now. I own this Jigglypuff." Um, but yeah.
yeah. Um, so yeah, I mean, I kind of want to come up with some ideas for names. I know we have played around with the idea of choosing two name ideas and then both taking one of the names as
Mhm.
our game. So I feel like conceptually, like we could have like they could be like sister games, I guess. Like they could be or companions. Like instead of like the this could be this concept could be like instead of them just kind of reskinning a game for like two or three things and calling it the variation, it could be like no, the second game is like totally different, so you almost want to have both to be able to play them. um,
Yeah, we could be. I mean, obviously, we're playing around in an alternate universe in
yeah.
which
Yeah.
the criticism of this latest generation of Pokemon games was so bad that they have decided to make up for it with two completely new games that are part of the same set. That is the canon that we are working within to design
It would
these.
be cool though. Like imagine you get to the end of like Sword and then like you get to play through an entirely different region. Like that would be so
I mean,
cool.
that was literally Gold and Silver,
I
right?
know. Yeah,
that,
technically,
that's
yeah.
that's crazy to me,
Mm,
but yeah, they never do it now. But I enjoy exploring that hypothetical.
mm.
That'd be cool.
There's one of the videos that launched this whole like idea, the series of us are what we're doing. Was their name Gel? What was their name?
Jello
That
Apocalypse.
Yeah, yeah. So their video, what they did is they have like this island. I don't think they based it on any specific region. I could be wrong. It's been a long time,
I
probably
don't
over a
think they
year.
did.
But
Yeah.
what they did is they have the start where you start. You choose like your region or whatever, and there are three like choices, and like you play through like the other areas in the game. So it's like a unique starting point in the game. So I think like that's really really cool. That's a neat thing that I wish Nintendo would like play around with or Game Freak would play around with. But I think too, like I know we're doing it obviously for like kind of simplicity. Like obviously we both don't want to design like an entire game, but I think also like it would be a cool idea to have interdependent regions. I don't know what the word would be.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. One thing I really loved in their video, I think they came up with the idea of it, and it was very Zelda-esque, in which you could take care of the gems
Yeah.
in any order that you wanted.
I like that.
And that's something that, because obviously, like, we've outlined the structure of how we want this series to go. I think the next episode we are kind of diving into our regions a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I'll probably use that as an opportunity to kind of talk about how I'd want to structure my gym challenges. Because I don't know, I don't want to. I'm not married to the gym idea yet.
Yeah.
But I want to kind of explore some other stuff. But I feel like the region layout and the gym, how I want to handle the gyms is going to drastically affect the rest of the lore of this area that I'm building. But that's something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I agree. I think I don't know how I'll do, and I think you and I can keep in communication. I want us to have our unique ideas as well, but I feel like I think my gym challenges, I'm not quite sure how they'll be. I think, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. My challenges, my limitations on this project are going to be to try and make this different enough from Sun and Moon, different enough from Alola, because it's going to predominantly, I imagine most of the things I'll design will be on the beach. I'll probably have some things in like the desert regions of Australia and some of the like forested regions, but I think predominantly my game will be like, near the beach or in the water. So I think that's definitely going to be a limitation. Do you have any, have you thought of any limitations on your game that you feel, or any challenges?
As far as like location goes?
Yeah, just in general.
I haven't really thought of anything yet. I do have like my end, like my end goal is to get the trainer to Atlantis. Okay. So I know a lot of Pokemon games really kind of explore the ocean, and like Alola is like very beach oriented, and Ruby and Sapphire kind of explored that a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find like a fun way to get the trainer, however deep underwater, into Atlantis without them like getting in a boat.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like think of that. That's like my special challenge and the thing I am thinking about.
Yeah.
Because like,
have you seen the movie with Manaphy? Have you seen that one? That one's like also kind of like underwatery. Like, I don't know how much of the movie is underwater. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember that's like one of the last. I've watched several of the latest Pokemon movies, but that was like maybe the last one that came out.
Oh, that one's Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea.
Yeah.
That's a great title for our games.
Ranger and Temple of the Sea.
Yeah.
Yep, the two companion. Those
the
two
companion games.
Like peanut butter and cake.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I feel like we'll do like you said. We'll come up with our like a rough like kind of a map. We'll talk more about our regions next episode. I think we'll do let's come up with like 2 unique Pokemon evolution lines next week. However you see fit to divide that up. Then after that, we can get into maybe like the starter Pokemon, go into those designs. After that, we can talk about, the protagonist, the main character of our game, and the like antagonist team. After that, we can do gym leaders. We can do their type and signature Pokemon, and that'll be a pretty hefty episode. We'll have 8 gym leaders each.
That we know of.
That we know of at this moment. Yeah. And then our last episode, to tie everything together, you had the idea to do the story and the box art legendary, which I think is a really great way to end it and kind of tie this whole project up with the bow. So that's the thing I'm most excited for, just doing the box art.
Yeah, I'm more excited. I'm super excited about establishing more lore. I'm super excited just because a lot of the Pokemon games kind of have some light lore, but if this is like a fan made creation and I could just do whatever I want, this Pokemon game is gonna have a story. It will have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it's gonna be insane. Twists and turns. You'll be sobbing by the end of my tales of woe. Of course, the game has to end with you having to kill your best friend.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be a Pokemon game if it didn't end like that.
Yeah, they like sacrifice themselves holding like a door open. It's like coming down, and they're like, "No, get by! Like pull the lever so you can escape the city because Atlantis is crumbling." And they
like escape from Atlantis.
And then like once you like make it to the shore, you see a Ghastly. And you catch the Ghastly, and that's your friend. He's a ghost now.
Are Ghastly the ghosts of people or the ghosts of other Pokemon?
I think I'm not sure. I don't know what the lore is. I'm pretty sure ghost type Pokemon are just ghosts of any living form. That's always confused me.
Interesting. You'd think like ghosts would be like so prominent in all the games then, because there's so many dead creatures. Like they outnumber the living creatures, right? Like
when a Pokemon dies, they just completely change forms. They're just like you're a Pidgeotto, and then you die, and then it's like, oh well, now I'm a Ghastly. I got to get used to being this, and then you evolve into a Haunter, and then a Gengar, and it's like, well, I've had 6 different forms in my entire existence, and then I don't know if a Gengar can die, but then I'm just a Gengar forever now. That's why they're so many ghost type.
They can faint though, Yeah,
so
maybe they can die.
Let's write a letter to Nintendo.
To whom it may concern, we are very worried. What happens to Gengar?
What happens when you die? Yeah. So, do you have any ideas for your starter Pokemon in your region? Any rough concepts?
I do. So that's like kind of the first thing I started thinking about. I opened my phone and TikTok started playing. Let's see. I'm going to my notes on my phone. So
okay, I was about to say so this is the TikTok I was using as my TikTok's a Pokemon.
So I have 3 ideas. So I kind of want to stick to the conventional starter Pokemon creation system in my game.
Yeah, let's make that a rule. No, okay. Like we're not doing fire, water, and grass.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
we're not doing that. Yeah,
I know. Like 5 minutes ago, you were saying that this is your game and you want to break the rules, but that is not a rule I'm prepared to break.
I'm not breaking that rule either. Like that is like fundamental. And anytime I see and I think Jello Apocalypse did it, and they get a special pass because they're great.
They had a whole entire like the video is great. We'll link it below for sure. It's so good.
They can do no wrong, but every other cringy Pokemon fan, whatever, it is all the first thing they do is that, and so that idea is tarnished for me. I don't like it.
Well, there's very few types that like there's only a handful of types that work that way in that like paper rock scissors fashion. So my idea, I even go so far, and this is not a rule that I'm imposing on you. This is just what I want. I enjoy the structure of like the suspected. What's the word? Like people have assumed for a long time that the fire-based Pokemon are based on the Lunar New Year, the Chinese Zodiac. Water Pokemon are based on weapons. That one's kind of not the best. And then the grass Pokemon are usually based on like extinct species. So I am going so far as to like align my starters with that as well. So for my fire Pokemon, I really want it to be, I looked at the remaining Chinese Zodiac. I think there's an ox, there's a snake, there's a horse, and there's a sheep. And so I don't want to do a horse because that's too close to like Rapidash, Ponyta. I don't know if Game Freak will ever create a horse fire starter because they can do it, but I'm just saying it's to follow that convention. Where you're coming from. Yeah, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I feel like, but what does interest me, or ox and a sheep or a ram, I looked to see what was native to Australia. Ox are nowhere to be found in Australia. They are not in Australia. So that one's out. So I'll be doing a ram for my fire. My water, the idea I had to keep it like with a weapon theme was doing a hammerhead shark. So that way it's like a mace or like a hammer, you know?
Cool. Yeah, that's neat.
And then my grass, this one is where it gets a little trickier. So I was looking up extinct like animals in Australia. Here are a couple. I'll just read you the names and you let me know if anything sticks out to you and sounds cool. The dusky flying fox, which is really a bat, but it's named the dusky flying fox. The big-eared hopping mouse. Lord Howe long-eared bat, 2 bats. And the thylacine, which is the Tasmanian tiger or the Tasmanian wolf.
Yeah, that's what I was initially like, because I feel like the Tasmanian tiger is very synonymous.
Yeah.
Australia, that's what I think of.
Okay.
So I was also thinking, because I think other than Genghis Khan, there's not a lot of kangaroo type Pokemon.
Yeah.
That was like one of the ones I was thinking of, is like,
I thought of that too, but that part of me not doing that is like I felt like that was a little too like on the nose, and I think I will still have a kangaroo Pokemon. I don't know if I'll make it. I don't know if it'll be like a common Pokemon in my region or if there'll be something special about it. So I'm not quite sure about that, but I didn't want to do it as a starter. I don't know why. I just felt like that was too low hanging fruit. You know.
Speaking of low hanging fruit, I know that I remember reading it somewhere. Like there's like some like crazy statistic about the number of people who die in Australia every year from falling coconuts.
Maybe that'll be one of my Pokemon.
You gotta have like an Australian variant of a Alolan Executor and make those eggs coconuts.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll add 2 more forms to it, and then it won't even be Executor anymore. it'll be a variation of another form. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
And
Coconut
like, there's a couple Pokemon that like I think of that like will definitely be from other regions, will be in my region. But I want to know, do you have any ideas for your starters yet?
So I think so. As far as the zodiac signs go, that's not confirmed, correct? That's just a.
It's not. They're all just theories. Nothing is ever confirmed. But if you look at it, it lines up really well.
Yeah.
And so that's why like I want mine to follow that.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna go in that direction. But I have 2 ideas for 2 starters. I don't have types yet, but I was like, okay, well, I think one of them could be a painter. It's like the Renaissance painters.
Yeah.
Another one could be maybe a gladiator and play around with like that, and like maybe he's by himself, or he's by himself, and then another one maybe he has like one of those gladiator shields, and then the last one like he has like a chariot or something.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
And then I don't have an idea for a third one yet.
I have an idea for a water Pokemon, or a water starter Pokemon from yours.
Sure. What do you got?
The hippocampus or whatever, the like water horse, I think could be pretty cool. I don't. What is it called? The hippocampus is a part of your brain. What is the? Is it also called the hippocampus? Yeah, it's like a seahorse. Like, I don't know. I think that'd be cool because I don't think there's been anything like that in Pokemon, if I can remember.
Yeah, there's Horsey, but that's like an actual seahorse.
Like that's like a literal seahorse.
It's not a seahorse. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I have so far. I know Smeargle exists, so the paintbrush can't be the tail.
Yeah.
So I'll have to find a creative way to incorporate a paintbrush there. I feel like the gladiator is like my strongest concept.
Yeah.
But I also think I'm really butting heads with the Aegislash line.
A little, and like as long as you keep it away from Aegislash and keep it away from Phalanx, the new Pokemon in Sword and Shield, I think it can still work. not intersecting with those for sure.
Yeah, but those are my 3 starter ideas. But I might want to. I'm gonna try to start thinking a little bit more abstract because my like the instinct is to start thinking of animals, but like some of the other Pokemon are kind of just based off of like actual locations themselves or just objects that are similar to those of whatever culture they're exploring. So I might kind of, for the painters, I might try to like, maybe it's a painting. I thought of like it maybe being like a grass type, like a bowl of apples, and it's things that painters would paint. So it'd be like a bowl of apples, and then it would evolve into like a vase or something, and the last one would be like a marble statue, or I don't know. I'd have to think of, but each one would be like a different art form.
That'd be interesting.
But yeah, that's ooh, wait, that'd be neat. Like maybe it's a sculpture.
Yeah, maybe it's a sculpture. That'd be cool.
It's like clay, but it's like a water ground type.
That'd be cool. And then it evolves like closer to the end, and it's like
pottery.
It's just a pot. That'd be pretty cool. I feel like I don't know. There's a lot of like I still am having ideas for certain things like pop in my head. I don't know. I think we'll definitely by the time, so we'll unveil our starters not this next episode, but the one after. So we'll definitely have a lot of time to like marinate on these ideas and come up with stuff. I will say I am already thinking of something I've always wanted to do with starter Pokemon if I ever created a Pokemon game would be not to change their type to make them like different than fire, grass, and water, but I've always wanted the final evolutions to have like an equal advantage over the others. So like,
okay.
I probably will have a dual typing that like so like the fire, grass, and water will go in like a clockwise direction, and then I'll probably have a dual typing that goes in the counterclockwise direction. It's going to take a little bit to get that to work like the way I want it to work and not have one of them be like super overpowered. But that's something I've always thought would be like really neat. And so that way,
I thought you were about to say by the time they reach their final evolution, they are the opposite type from where they started. And I was like, that's interesting. That's like
each evolution they switch type. No, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's weird.
I like order too much. That would be too chaotic. But I think it'll be like so like when you're at the end with your rival, like no matter what you chose and no matter what they chose, like you will have attacks that super effectively damage theirs, and they will have attacks that super effectively damage yours, and it'll just kind of depend on I guess your strategy rather than just like having clear type advantage. I don't know. I've always wanted to try that, so I'll play around with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any other ideas before we kind of close out?
My last idea, and this one's just kind of it doesn't really have a lot to do with the region I'm exploring. It's more to do with just a funny idea. I think I might make the rival an actual like Pokemon.
Okay. Interesting.
Like a Pokemon trainer.
Yeah.
I was thinking a Sudowoodo because I think it'd be really funny that your rival's a Sudowoodo, but he's also summoning other Pokemon to fight.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's. I was like, how can you shake up the rival thing without adding 2 other rivals? But yeah, that's the last thing on my mind right now.
Okay.
Is what type of sentient Pokemon could you have?
Yeah.
But yeah, and I know I just said like I don't like fighting Pokemon I can't catch, but you can catch a Sudowoodo. So.
Oh, before we go, like a couple quick minutes. Do you have any ideas for a name for this for these games?
Oh yeah, I was thinking. So you said Australia. Mine is very. I'm gonna root this a lot in its history. Okay. So I was thinking maybe Pokemon Past and Future. I know we're not. That's not like I would be past, you would be future.
That'd be cool.
I know that past and future is kind of a common yin and yang, so I feel like that's been thought of before, but I think it matches our regions.
I think it would be cool conceptually. Mine, which I don't know if it would really work as well for yours. Mine was preservation and extinction. Were the two things I was thinking, but then at the same time, like, so you're choosing names and they have to be equally, like, they have to be cool as a unit together, but they also have to stand alone be cool. Like, they can't just be like, oh, like, I'm Pokemon preservation, or like, I don't know. I don't know if that's a very cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which one would you want out of those two?
So I'll say I do like past and future better. I think I'm leaning. I like that.
Oh, I was talking about preservation, between preservation and extinction.
Yeah. So out of those two, preservation and extinction, I have two thoughts about it. I think they could either work for either one of us, because yours could be extinction because Atlantis is underwater and gone, or yours could be preservation because the like the artwork and everything that has been preserved up to this point. Like, I think it could work.
Yeah.
And then mine could also alternatively, like, it could be extinction because of the animals that are going extinct, or preservation because people are fighting to preserve those animals. So I feel like either one would work, but I don't know if I love that. I think past and future is like, it's more simple, it's more to the point, and I think it's
fewer syllables.
It's fewer syllables for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Pokemon games,
there's usually like no more than 2 syllables each. It's like red, blue, white, black, white, diamond, pearl.
Yeah,
that's a 2 syllable.
Yeah,
sword, shield.
Yeah,
ruby, sapphire.
Mm-hmm.
I think sapphire might be the most complicated. Emerald,
platinum. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think past and future works. I like that. I think it sums up the idea well. I think like, obviously yours is dealing with the past and everything, and I think mine is like fighting for the future kind of thing.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah, so I guess we will leave you with that.
Yeah, welcome to Pokemon Past and Future. We'll have a desktop direct next week and to share more details.
Imagine if Nintendo Directs were like that, like they did like one a week for like 5 weeks and gave you like nothing, like just like sprinkled information. I guess they do that anyway, but
no, they just record themselves brainstorming. So maybe someone like in conversation has a really good idea, but
dude, Skype call me. We've got to get this on Nintendo Direct.
I mean, I feel like this is like what Square Enix does. It's like, hey, we were talking, we're making a remake of Final Fantasy VII. See you in like 10 years. Oh, we're gonna make Kingdom Hearts 4. Stay tuned.
So next week, with our Pokemon Past and Future, the desktop series, we will be doing talking about regions more. We'll be going more in depth in our regions, and we'll also be bringing 2 unique Pokemon the evolution line designs. So we'll have like kind of a rough map of a region and then some Pokemon for you to look at.
Okay, sounds like a plan, Stan. All right, well we'll see you. We'll talk to you next week. Please stay tuned. Be sure to like and subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms at DeskPopcast.
Yeah, and one quick message. Obviously, in the future, this episode we haven't done anything that's worth looking at, but in the future, when we are doing these drawings, you'll probably want to watch this on our YouTube channel. We'll post our artwork on social media at DeskPopcast, but you'll probably want to watch it. So.
Yeah. Not while you're driving, though. Okay.
Please, don't watch and drive. We're not that important.
Speak for yourself. All right, well, we'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.